Imagine standing in the middle of a storm, but instead of water falling from the sky, it's diamonds. Millions of them. Some the size of hailstones, others growing to the size of boulders. All of them sinking slowly through thick clouds for thousands of years until they pile up around the core of the planet in a layer of pure bling. This isn't fantasy, this is Neptune, and scientists just proved it's real. Neptune and Uranus, the ice giants. Sitting at the frozen edge of our solar system, these two worlds have always been mysterious. We've only visited them once, back in the 1980s when Voyager 2 flew past and snapped a few pictures. Since then, they've just been sitting out there, quiet, blue, forgotten. But here's what makes them strange. Despite the name ice giants, these planets aren't made of ice the way you'd think. No frozen water like you'd find in your freezer. Instead, their interiors are massive oceans of compressed water, ammonia and methane. Slush so thick and so hot it doesn't behave like anything we see on Earth. And somewhere deep inside that slush, thousands of miles below the cloud tops, the pressure gets so intense that something incredible happens. Carbon atoms get crushed together, and they transform into diamonds. Here's how it works. Neptune and Uranus are loaded with methane, the same stuff that makes up natural gas on Earth. But deep inside these planets, the pressure is millions of times stronger than anything we experience here. We're talking about the weight of 250 elephants pressing down on the surface of a thumbnail, and the temperature? Over 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit. At those conditions, methane molecules can't hold together. The carbon and hydrogen atoms rip apart. The hydrogen floats away, and the carbon, it gets squeezed so hard that it locks into a crystal lattice, a diamond. At first, these diamonds are tiny, just a few nanometers wide, but they don't stay small. Over thousands, maybe millions of years they grow. Scientists estimate that some of these diamonds could reach the size of golf balls, some even bigger. Millions of carats in weight, and because diamonds are denser than the surrounding slush, they start to fall. Slowly, like snow drifting through thick air. Except this snow is made of the hardest material in the universe. For decades, this was all just theory, a cool idea. But in 2017, scientists at the SLAC National Accelerator Laboratory in California decided to test it. And they actually recreated diamond rain in a lab. They took a small piece of plastic, specifically polystyrene, which is basically fancy styrofoam, and blasted it with one of the most powerful lasers on the planet. Why plastic? Because it's made of carbon and hydrogen, just like methane, and it was way easier to work with in a lab. The laser hit the plastic with such force that it generated pressures and temperatures matching the interior of Neptune. And then using an X-ray laser, they watched what happened in real time. The carbon atoms broke free, they clustered together, and within femtoseconds, that's 1/4,000,000th of a second, tiny diamonds started forming right before their eyes. Physicist Dominic Krauss, who led the experiment, said, "When I saw the results, it was one of the best moments of my scientific career." But the team didn't stop there. In 2022, they ran a new experiment using PET plastic, the same stuff used in water bottles, because it contains oxygen, which is also abundant inside Neptune and Uranus. And they discovered something even more surprising. The presence of oxygen made diamond formation easier. It happened at lower temperatures and pressures than expected. That means diamond rain could be forming in even more places throughout these planets than scientists originally thought. So where do all these diamonds end up? Over millions of years, they sink deeper and deeper through the planet's icy mantle, drifting downward through the slush until they reach the rocky core at the center, and there they pile up. Layer after layer of diamonds, forming a shell around the heart of the planet. Scientists believe Neptune's core could be wrapped in a layer of diamonds hundreds of miles thick. An ocean of gems that no human will ever see. No one will ever mine. No one will ever hold. And here's the kicker. As these diamonds fall, they release energy, gravitational energy that turns into heat. This might explain one of Neptune's biggest mysteries. Why the planet glows with more internal heat than it absorbs from the sun. It's not volcanic. It's not radioactive decay. It could be diamond rain. Literally raining heat into the planet. This discovery isn't just cool trivia about our solar system. It's a window into understanding planets across the entire galaxy. Astronomers have discovered thousands of exoplanets, planets orbiting other stars, and many of them are ice giants just like Neptune and Uranus. In fact, ice giants might be the most common type of planet in the universe. If diamond rain is happening on our ice giants, it's probably happening on countless others. And understanding how these planets generate heat, how their magnetic fields work, and how their interiors behave helps us decode worlds we'll never visit. Diamond rain on Neptune, a storm of gems that's been falling for billions of years. Silent, invisible, unimaginable. The universe is full of wonders we can barely comprehend. And sometimes the most beautiful things are happening in places we'll never reach. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more.